Hello, I'm Bradley and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about a passion of mine, which is all things hair care, with a particular interest around fine hair, thinning hair, and that battle against hair loss. And today that's the very topic which we're going to be talking about in terms of a product which I have actually used before, and we reviewed it on the channel around about 2 years ago. But I wanted to revisit this. Why? Because I seen it at a price which I just couldn't leave. I only paid £12 for this, and I purchased this, I reckon, about 2.5 weeks ago now. So there's 150 mils, okay, £12 paid for this from Amazon in the UK. Now, why did I start with that first of all? Well, because this product delivers. It really, really does. Now, currently, I'm putting together a playlist of products on my channel which I am using to defend and guard and look after my hair and that battle against hair loss and keeping hair as thick and dense as possible. For me, hairline. For me, hair loss always seems to be around about stress, okay? But I am at that age, I'm 32 as I sit before you. I know I don't look it, but 32 years of age sat before you, and let's be honest, prevention is by far better than cure. And with hair pattern related thinning, such as androgenetic alopecia, which is so common amongst a lot of men, and unfortunately with women as well. So just to recap that for men. So the culprit behind it, that enzyme of 5-alpha reductase, which converts testosterone into ditestosterone, that culprit which is shortened to DHT, is what miniaturizes hair follicles over time, where it can just no longer sustain healthy hair growth, i.e. resulting in thinning hair and pattern-related thinning. For men, it is that stereotypical area in the temples and in the crown, then often that can progress across the top of the head, and for a lady it can be the overall reduction of density and fullness and volume for our hair. All journeys very, very different, but sometimes similar in the areas of which it affects. And let's be honest, it all affects our confidence when you lose hair. So for me, I get a stress area here, about a triangle sort of area here, and it always seems this part of the year, which the back end sort of going into, so I know we're not in the middle of even really, I don't think, of summer yet, but towards the back end of summer and going into the fall season, my hair seems to almost just let go of its strength, and it really seems to change. So I'm always looking for products which can help me hold on to that strength, that vitality in my hair, and keep more hair on my head than in the sink or in the styling when we are styling our hair. So I have looked at this product for a couple of weeks, and I absolutely love it. We reviewed it on the channel about 2 years ago, loved it back then, 2 years on, still love it. And it is a product which I absolutely wholeheartedly recommend. So if you can't stick around for long and you can only stay this long, I recommend it, try it, please buy it. It is Amazon the UK. I found probably the cheapest, I think, to be quite honest with you. It's around about £15 sometimes, but usually on offer it's between £10 and £12. I have seen it at 10, but not for a long time. £12 paid. I've got another one on the way. I use Amazon Prime, so I think that's coming today, but it is a really, really great product. So this one's all gone. Comes in like a dispenser bottle like this. Okay, let's tell you a little bit about it. It's the INKEY list. Okay, I believe that's how it's pronounced. The INKEY list, and it's the caffeine stimulating scalp treatment. And it is really, really good. So it's a hair loss reduction serum. It's 150 mils. Best for, it says here, for thinning hair. Okay. It says on the box, I can't remember if we started the clip off and if I actually told you the product. So the INKEY list caffeine stimulating serum, that might have helped. We just jumped straight into the hair product and hair loss and talking about the routine and my experience. So apologies for that, but it is a really, really great product and I just couldn't wait to tell you. So there's my excuse. So for best results, we recommend shaking the bottle before use, use as an overnight treatment, okay, use the nozzle to apply directly onto the scalp and use your fingertips to rub in and leave overnight. Apply enough to cover your entire scalp. Wash hair as normal in the morning. If desired, use every night. For the best results, use for a 3-month period. So inside the product, we've got a 1% caffeine powder, okay, helps to stimulate the scalp and hair follicles. Then we've got 1% Redensyl, helps to improve hair growth while reducing hair loss, okay. Then we've got 1% betaine, helps to condition hair, leaving it soft and healthy. And you know, all three of those things, let's just talk through that. So the caffeine. We know that there is a huge hype of caffeine in hair growth products, particularly for people with fine hair, which is turning maybe to thinning hair for a number of reasons, or if you're dealing with androgenetic alopecia, so that pattern-related thinning for men and women. We know that often products which are aimed, whether it be a shampoo or a conditioner or a treatment, or like an overnight treatment like this, we know that caffeine is in there. Why? Because caffeine is said to really pack a punch in the energy in the follicle, and is really said to stimulate growth and support healthy hair growth cycle. So really great, and I would absolutely categorically say that this really does help. Now I've used this, and in the family home, my mum has used this as well, okay? And that is for a bit of a different reason, but in terms of I wanted to try something different, and I purchased a couple of different products whilst away on holiday. I've not long come back from Rhodes in Greece. That heat seems to really change my hair, and I seem to lose a lot more of my hair in hot weather. And for my mum has got very long hair. She's got lots of hair, but on the fine textured side, exactly like me. So my mum, for example, has coloured hair, but what she likes to try to do is to use different products which boosts volume and texture. So I sometimes purchase quite a lot of products, my subscribers will know that, and in the family home, sometimes my dad will use it, sometimes my mum will, sometimes brothers will. But I really like to try and get different people using it so I can give a bit more of a broader spectrum review. So mum absolutely loves this, and in 2 weeks, because we pretty much used it in about the same amount of time, mum hasn't used it at all before, but in 2 weeks, and mum only doesn't use it every night, it gives so much more texture and fullness in the roots, so it helps with texture and volume and fullness. So not even about the hair loss reduction, but it helps with, and bearing in mind caffeine is also said to do that, to put energy and fullness and volume in roots as well, and really energizes the hair. And it just seems to make the root area stand on end a little bit more, so it gives you that bit more of a scaffolding and finer textured hair types, which of course often people lack, as opposed to people with thicker textured hair. So really great from that aspect. So my mum absolutely loves it. I really love it. It is a product which you can just use, forget about it. It's not greasy, it's not uncomfortable. It's really easy to apply, so just undo the top there. We lost a little bit there. I didn't think there was any left actually in there. But just literally part. I honestly trust that to happen whilst I'm filming as well. But literally part the hair, okay, part the hair, and all through partings, all the way, and just giving you a bit of a demonstration here, by the way, all throughout my scalp, and I concentrate on my hairline. And do you know what, in a couple of days, I really did notice just a change in texture. Things seem to feel stronger. Things seem to feel a little bit more resistant, okay? So it seemed to just be that as long as you're using this, it helps stimulate, it helps you to achieve healthier hair growth. Now, my subscribers will know that I'm always reviewing lots of different products on my channel, so you may ask, how can I pinpoint to this product? And I'll be absolutely honest with you, I can't. 100% I can't. But however, I'm going from the feeling of the product being a really great product, and if it agrees with me, and I'm having a really great experience using it. So in the background, I take supplements such as saw palmetto and pumpkin seed oil and a multivitamin. They include natural DHT blockers, which again helps healthy hair growth for people who are potentially more susceptible to androgenetic alopecia and pattern-related thinning as well. And of course, as we get older, our hair changes, okay, changes in density, changes in texture. There are so many products in the hair care market which help us achieve healthy hair growth. Please, my friends, anybody watching this, if you are losing hair, your hair is changing, your density is changing, please do not feel that it is just all over for you and you're losing your hair. There are so many things out there, and even the finest of hair, or the thinnest of hair, both very different by the way, can be really cool on a guy and stunningly beautiful for a woman. And this product, I absolutely categorically can put that out there, that it is a really great product. Now, it's not going to be for everybody, because everybody's hair type is different. Everybody's hair experience of hair loss and thinning is different, okay? And that is why it is often so difficult to pinpoint the reason of why your hair is changing. And if a product is going to be great for you, something could be great for me, it might not necessarily be so great for you, but I hope it is. For me, I noticed a bit more of an anchoring effect on my scalp with the hair. And from using this product, I really felt that it helped my hair roots. We said about my mum's experience, but I felt that my hair roots were much more denser, much more thicker, much more resistant. So a lot of people will note that occasionally I like to wear my hair down, and I like to have a lot more volume on the top, or particularly from one side, and then have the hair off to a side. For me, often my hair will fall flat on that side, particularly this side right now. Now, with the greatest will in the world and tricks and tips and things, it always helps if you prep your hair with something. So even though this is sold as an overnight treatment, there's nothing stopping you using this in the morning and using a blow dryer to really achieve that fullness and that little bit more density, even though it's a treatment, in your hair as well. Because caffeine is said to really help energize the hair, and often can, I find, give more body and texture in the root area too. It's got Redensal, so it's got really great potential there, really awakening follicles and really helping healthy hair growth and boosting the hair growth cycle. And of course it's got the betaine in here as well, so it's going to be looking after your hair and keeping it healthy as well. The only negative, I would say, is that I did find that on a handful of times throughout the week, and I say handful of times, maybe 3 or 4 times, I found that maybe I used it a little bit too much and it dried a little bit chalky in places. So then I could see that ever so slightly as a residue on my scalp. But it wasn't a problem because just a quick brush through and it soon disappeared. So it wasn't necessarily an issue, but it's certainly something just worth mentioning. So it is, of course, far too early for me to categorically say that it helps for hair loss or thinning after a 2-week period. But I know that 2 years ago I used this product and I had great experience then. My mum's absolutely loved this and seen a real change in her hair as well, and only just in a 2-week period. The reviews speak for themselves online. There are really great reviews out there as well, and this is a product which I'm going to continue using. As I say, I've got one on Amazon Prime coming today, and it is a product I wholeheartedly recommend. So this is firmly, even after a 2-week period, going into my playlist for products which I'm using for my hair care journey. In terms of loss, in terms of thinning and prevention better than cure, that is going into the playlist. So you will find that in this playlist, which I'm developing for what I'm using for looking after my hair and in that battle against hair loss. Because I always feel that in a couple of days, you can't tell if a product's going to be working for you. And often, if you've used something, you've bought something and it's maybe a little bit more expensive, and you think, actually, do you know what a waste of money and it didn't work for me. My friend, give it a couple of days and go back to it, because sometimes how a product works out for you, maybe what you're doing at the time, maybe if you're a bit stressed, or maybe it's a little bit hot outside, or maybe you've got a lot on. Sometimes just taking your time, giving yourself a little bit of grace with a new hair care product. If it doesn't work the first time, the second time, the third and the fourth, it might be the best product for you out there ever. So give your time grace, give yourself time, and really kind of just let the product work with you, rather than thinking, do you know what, it's going to change things overnight, because anything with hair takes time. But I would say after about a 2-week period, certainly going into the 3-week period, you're going to get a real feel about if the product's going to be for you or not. And then of course, as the weeks go by, coming up to the month, to the 2-month and the 3-month mark, you're really going to get a feel of if it's helping you with your density, if it's helping you with your hair growth, and really helping install better hair growth in your hair growth cycle. So a really great product, one I would wholeheartedly recommend. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The INKEY list, hopefully, or the INKEY list. Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I'm sure we've got it right there. And just mentioning, there's no fragrance, there's no there's no uncomfortableness, no irritability, no sort of redness or anything like that at all. However, I can't guarantee that. So always, my friends, please, please, please approach with caution. And as I say, I wholeheartedly recommend this product. And you know what, for me, it feels like a much more expensive product. I only paid £12 for this. It's 150 mils, so even paying £15, I'd be quite fine for this, because even though I used one in, I want to say just over 2 weeks, but I've been using quite a bit of this, and my mum's actually used this as well. So you could actually use this a little bit more sparingly, and I'm sure it could last the 3-week mark, even to 4-week mark. If you're using it just in one area, maybe just in your temples as a guy, or maybe just through the top of your head as a lady, it's going to last. So it's really, really great. If you do, and I think the important thing to say here as well is, please don't get wrapped up in the fact that if you use more of it over the space of 1, 2, 3 nights, you're going to see a result much quicker. No, it's all about using a steady amount. And I know it's probably being a bit counterintuitive there, but that's because I'm using a lot throughout my scalp. Okay, partly because I was seeing some change whilst on holiday, seeing a lot more hair fall. So there was 2 products from the hairification range which I was using throughout that time as well, but not every single day. But this and the other 2 from hairification as well, which you'll see on recent clips, because they have also gone into what I'm using for hair fall right now on this playlist as well. So they're all great products which I comfortably feel I can recommend and talk about as well. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below for me. But wholeheartedly, absolutely, as a caffeine stimulating scalp treatment just on its own, really, really great, and one I would wholeheartedly recommend. So on that note, God bless, take great care. I hope you really enjoyed this clip. I certainly have. And I would say that this is a really positive product, and hopefully a positive clip. And as I said, we'll be going into my playlist of helping you achieve healthier hair growth and my playlist of battle against hair loss. So on that note, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I certainly have, and I wholeheartedly recommend that. So please try it. I think cheapest placed at the moment is Amazon here in the UK, but please, 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 time you watch this clip or into the future, it may change, of course, and price may change as well. But all in all, a really, really great product. And one thing I actually forgot is it tells you a lot more about the product inside the packaging, which I really, really like that too. And I think the packaging is really, really good, really complimentary, and just an all-round great product. So on that note, thanks very much. And as I say, on the back end of this clip, I will put the review which we done 2 years ago. Okay, and if there's anything you'd like to know, please leave them down below, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. On that note, I look forward to your company again real soon. Bye now.